Lowell High School, I'm Sadie Ziason.
I'm Ryan Kerwin, and this is Live from Period 5.
In December of 2017, a vote was passed to repeal and replace the laws regarding net neutrality, drastically changing how the internet operates.
Before the vote, I went out and asked some Lowell High students about what net neutrality means to them and how they believe the vote could affect their daily lives. The internet. It's become rooted in our everyday lives, our number one source for information and entertainment, and a system through which we can access nearly any known thing. But as a new chairman takes hold of the Federal Communications Commission, the freedom of this tool may become jeopardized by corporate interests. Do you know what net neutrality is?
No, I do not.
No.
I have no idea.
No, I do not.
No.
Net neutrality basically says that ISPs or internet service providers can restrict access or like throttle certain connections. Like that all has to be equal internet traffic.
An internet service provider, Comcast, Xfinity, shouldn't be able to choose like what services you can access using their internet.
It's like a law that keeps companies from restricting your access to different websites, depending on like what website it is. So like they can't charge you more for accessing YouTube on your internet plan than accessing Facebook.
Without net neutrality, internet service providers could introduce tiered internet plans, allowing only the highest paying customers to access full speed, or even charge customers for packages of websites similarly to TV channels. They'd be able to slow down or block websites, forcing those websites to pay them more to transfer the content, which could potentially kill small companies. And they could use this power to slow down and block the websites of their competitors. In 2015, the Federal Communications Commission voted in favor of net neutrality 3-2, but another vote is coming December 14th. Ajit Pai was the former Associate General Counsel of Verizon. After leaving Verizon, he held several positions in the FCC's Office of General Counsel. He voted against net neutrality in the 2015 vote, and in 2016 was named chairman of the FCC by Donald Trump for a 5-year term. This is an example of regulatory capture, which is when an agency created to act in the public interest instead advances the commercial concerns of the industry it regulates. This particular type of regulatory capture is called revolving door, the movement of personnel between the industry and the regulatory agency in charge of that industry. The FCC website was opened to public comments on net neutrality from July to August. More than 22 million comments were sent, but investigations showed that less than 4 million of the comments were unique. Most real, organic comments favored net neutrality, but most of the comments submitted by bots did not. These bots defending the repeal of net neutrality used real people's names and addresses, both living and dead, in order to make themselves appear legitimate. Why do you think you haven't heard about that?
I don't know, because there's always filters on everything, so.
Because I'd never really looked into it. I don't go into depth of how like sites work at all.
Because it's not talked around the social media, clearly.
I think there's just a lack of, like proper representation on stuff like social media and things like that for net neutrality.
Because they don't want us to know about it.
They don't want people to be aware of the issue so they can actually pass laws that get rid of net neutrality.
Because the government is trying to push it onto a back burner so that more corporate monopolies can rise.
For a lot of people, like I had said, I think they know about it, but they're not aware of what it means. So what's important about is for the people that do know it, they need to reach out to others that are less knowledgeable and try and convey what it means and try and explain it in a way that's easy to understand.
Are you for or against net neutrality?
I'm definitely for net neutrality.
I'm for it.
Probably 4. I'm 4.
Oh, I'm all for it. The internet should be a wild land.
I'm very for net neutrality.
Yes.
It's important, we got to keep the internet equal for everyone.
Keep it neutral.
It seems like most students have a strong opinion on this issue.
People across the country are concerned as to whether the former laws will survive, but for now, we can only wait and see. We'll be right back after the break.
You better watch out, you better not cry. better not pout, I'm telling you why.
Why?
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. Vixen and Blixen and all his reindeers pulling on the reins. Bells are ringing, children singing, all is merry. Bells are ringing, children singing, all is merry and bright. So hang your stockings and say your prayers, 'cause Santa Claus comes tonight. Here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane.
Snickers, are you kidding me, guys? Did you know that 1 out of 10 people die because Snickers is so bad for you? They be dying everywhere. Dead. Are you kidding me? There's billion, quadrillion calories in Snickers? What's the news, doctor?
You have Snickeritis.
Oh, Snickeritis?
Hey, buddy. Security. What are you doing out of class, sir? Listening to my jams, yo. You know I'm not to take those headphones away from you. You going? Listen to my music, sir. I think my jams. Oh, you going? Hands off, you know. Take.
Welcome back to Live from Period 5. Our next segment is on the importance of learning a foreign language.
Nathan Burns went out into the high school and interviewed students, asking them about whether they found it important to learn a foreign language.
A foreign language is any language that originated from another country that is not your own. Here at Lowell High, French, Khmer, Latin, and Portuguese are offered and recommended to students planning to attend colleges. Although some knowledge of foreign language is required to attend most colleges, many students question the true importance of obtaining this information. What foreign language are you taking or have taken at LHS?
Latin.
I take Spanish.
I'm taking French.
Spanish. I took Spanish.
Latin. I am taking French right now.
Do you use this language outside of school?
No.
I use it daily.
Not really, no.
Sometimes, mainly just saying thank you.
No. No, not really.
Do you still see yourself speaking this language after you graduate from high school?
No. I think I will once I get a better understanding of the language.
No.
Probably not. Not speaking, maybe reading. Yeah, probably. I want to visit Europe and everything, so I'll probably still speak French, or try to use it.
Do you believe learning a foreign language is important? Why or why not?
I think it's important because, like, it depends on, like, what you're doing after school, like, after you finish school, so depending on your situation.
Learning a language is important in Lowell High School. It's just because, like, there's so many different cultures that I feel like you should be involved just speaking to other people.
I think learning a foreign language is very important because it teaches you a lot about a certain culture.
Yes, I do, because if you want to get a job with other people, you got to understand them sometimes.
I think it's really important because the world's getting bigger and there's more people speaking different languages in the country. So. Yeah, it is, because now in like today, it's like really global. So knowing a language would help you in like business careers and more like stuff like that.
It seems like learning a foreign language is beneficial to some students, while others don't think it's worth it.
On to our next topic, backpacks versus lockers. Do you ever think about how all the weight in your backpack affects your back? Malia Ruiz asked students whether they prefer to keep their stuff in their backpack or their lockers.
Throughout Lowell High, there's an abundance of lockers. Nonetheless, some students prefer to use their backpacks. However, many are unaware of the potential health issues that come with heavy bags. So why even do this to yourself when you know that you have a locker?
Do you know that carrying around a heavy backpack can give you certain injuries later on in life, like back pain and knee pain?
I didn't know that. That's kind of funny, but that seems legit.
Yeah.
Yes, I knew about that, but then again, I don't care. Because I like to carry all my things in my backpack, personally, because I feel safer with it.
So do you use your backpack or your locker more?
I use my backpack more. I bring it to class, you know, every single day. I bring it every day. I bring it everywhere with me.
I use my backpack.
I use my backpack more.
Do you think that using your backpack is beneficial to you?
Always has been, you know, lockers, backpacks win.
Yeah.
Yes and no, because sometimes people have a bunch of things to carry, and it's more convenient to have a locker lying around.
Do you think that students should use their lockers more, now that you know this?
No, backpacks.
I don't think you just don't carry heavy things in your backpack, because going back and forth to your locker, it's a lot of work. And then you might be late to your class too.
It's up to them personally. Like, they could do whatever they want. It's their own health decision. But I mean, it can affect them in the future. But just don't have too much things in your bag. That's all I can say.
Let's hope that students can find a resolution to their backpack and locker problem. That's it for today's show.
Thanks for watching today's installment of Live from Period 5.
Make sure to tune in next time for more exciting stories.